Shotos tend to give that character a little bit of a hard time between the fireballs and various other options. So we're coming out with the SEOX for the first time in this top 8. Now this might be a bit of a strange phenomenon here to have a North American top 8, and this is the only time we've seen SEOX.
Yeah, so like 6 is easily one of the craziest characters that this game has to offer, right? Like just some of the strongest offense, the fastest dash speed in the game, etc., etc. Just so many different tools, right? And so in North America, you see this character a lot.
Yes.
And that's why I'm sure you're talking about, you know, it's a bit of a surprise that we're only finally seeing it. This is the character that I expected REN to go to if he ever switched, because he has done so previously in other tournaments, right?
Yes, yes.
I wasn't ready for the Avatar of Allow personally, I'm sure others were, but you know, the 6 is here, the 6 is ready to go.
And it is starting off, and that's a move you're going to see quite often, the 6 claws execution. That is the Wrecker from SEOX. There's a lot of options, including that Shadow Trace backstep. That is the other option you're going to see a lot, the Air 214, but GAMERA answering back.
Ooh, tried to go for the parry on that one for the EX. Now no parry is going to be available as GAMERA read it beautifully. It's going to keep the corner pressure. No, just backs off. You know, GAMERA has done this quite a bit, but hey, it's starting to pay off as we get a whiff punish here.
Yeah, amazing answer to the execution right there. The delay versus the Thunder Flash parry as well.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell GAMERA is just making other people try to hang themselves at this point, right? Just forcing them to want to do something, and that's what it is. Yeah, Thunder Flash into follow-up was an attempt, but it was an attempt that was scouted by GAMERA here.
Yeah, that dash follow-up is not usually what you see out of that option. It's a bit of an unorthodox thing. He can, of course, go for it, but usually not the best option to go for in that situation.
Yeah, trying to fake out the anti-air. It's right there. The dive kick. Wow, the far H!
All of these punishes coming out from GAMERA. It's so clear that he's very, very practiced versus this character. So ready to deal with all of his options. Beautiful 2M into the rush. Look at that corner carry, a full combo.
Have a knockdown, building most of that bar back that was already used, right? And now just gonna back off like usual and wait for REN to make something happen.
And this is what we were seeing before in GAMERA's previous set versus Kamiki C as well. He does his pressure and then he goes back slightly. He coaxes you to want to go for your option to escape out the corner, and then he just puts that hitbox there. He puts that far medium, he reacts to whatever escape option you go for, and then he's just ready to capitalize in full force.
Yeah, not only is he preying upon a lot of players' impatience when he starts to back off, but he's also preying upon the way the game systems work, right? GAMERA's not a character who's going to do some crazy high-low, left-right mix-up on you if she gets you in the corner, right? That's just not going to happen. So may as well force the player to put themselves in a bad position and then start to get back into the strengths of GAMERA again. Because corner positioning is great and all, don't get me wrong, but you know, if your character can only do so much when you're waiting for the opponent to just not block anymore, then you have to make something happen, right? And I mean, GAMERA is doing that in a way that does not force himself to be too disadvantageous, right? The only thing I could really think of in a lot of situations that I think GAMERA is actually trying to cover at the same time is that some people can wait for the walk back and try to sweep him because he is walking back, right? So he's not blocking low anymore. But the problem is GAMERA has been doing such at a range so that sweep is usually not an option.
Exactly. He does it usually. He starts backing off after he's done that EX fireball on block a lot of the time, which pushes him well out of range of a lot of sweeps. All right, the Charlotta from REN has come out now. Adjustments from GAMERA are going to need to be made on the fly. And here we are, of course, the X-Vorpal Blade.
Gotta push all the way to the corner, and so that's where the backup was, and that's why REN tried to press a button, right, to change that tide, and there it is. Trying to push forward. Oh, yeah, the safe jab. That's going to punish the Dragon Punch here. Full damage all the way back into this corner here off the rush.
Yep, goes for a reset. Clips with the Light Shining Onslaught. Gets a great jump in. EX as well. Not going to get the KO, though. Doesn't have the resources, but what a shimmy coming out from REN.
Yeah, I mean, that lag speed is kind of a danger when GAMERA can get to it, right? So you want to try to throw because you think it's close enough, but you know, REN walking back right there, using Shining Onslaught is going to be the name of the game, and usually it is for when you fight most Charlottas, but it feels like REN just is so perfect at placement.
Yes. Absolutely delayed close heavy, trying to open GAMERA up.
Yeah, I was looking for that shimmy situation again, right? Like, you know, GAMERA did try to throw tech previously, so you just double check to see if GAMERA is going to keep doing so. Because, I mean, if it works, you basically take half of his life, and if it doesn't, you're fine. Who cares?
And despite, of course, you know, the speed at which a character like Charlotta is known for, look at the way that REN is just paying this incredibly patient neutral, not wanting to overextend at all. Tries to whip punish with the sweep right there, unable to get it, and a good catch on the jump.
Yeah, okay, the overdrive is going to happen to push away. Oh yeah, the EX is not going to find its mark after the sweep. I think REN was really banking on that sweep catching a lock back, because that's what we were talking about a bit earlier was, you know, the fact that there's so much walking forward and back from GAMERA. That you want to try to catch at the seat, but you know, this is the strength right here. That far medium.
Something that we haven't mentioned about overdrive as a mechanic is that if you do easy input, it will always come out as technical input in overdrive.
Yeah. So
that is really nice for a character like Charlotta. If he's going to be using the light shining onslaught a lot, he doesn't have to do the charge motion. He could keep bombarding GAMERA potentially with the light ones, but the back shift to bait the option. GAMERA 1 round away from advancing to losers finals to get his run back versus Taco.
That's the EX shimmy right there.
Yep.
that is super shimmy. You just back shift to get out. That was a 50-meter bait. Like.
But if it's gonna win you the round, it's absolutely worthwhile.
Absolutely. So now REN is going to have to dig deep. There is very little room here for error. As the 2M is going to connect, and yeah, Shining Onslaught to push forward. And that is one of the meatiest things that you can get hit by Charlotta. Do not think that you're okay to press a button. Oh, the Shining Onslaught is going to get canceled into Holy Ladder as REN's going to get the knockdown here, trying to get the corner back.
Yeah, superb decision making right there from REN. Just great reaction after the clash.
Oh,
huge Shining Onslaught.
Yeah, Holy Ladder for the hard knockdown here. You took quite a bit of damage off this, and yeah, Noble strategy is going to allow for a bunch of different mix-up opportunities. Got the hit, but it's not going to be there. The overdrive is at least going to give GAMERA some room, but you do not have a lot of life to work with. Anything is a mistake. That could kill you, okay?
But that 2L is the start of something for GAMERA. He can make this comeback. Good attack on the throw. Ready for the jump and the cross-up. Tries to air-to-air. Doesn't get the follow-up afterwards. REN gonna put a game on the board. 1-1.
Yeah, and you can feel the consternation on GAMERA right when that happened. You saw the eyes just go real deep in as you knew that was just one big mistake. You didn't want that to happen that way, you know, but
you know he most likely wanted the double quarter circle right there for the Skybound R. Instead, ended up getting EXDP from the inputs.
Well, I mean, can't let that get to you in this at this level, right? And you have to just be able to roll with the punches sometimes. And GAMERA looking like rolling with the punches real well as the pushback has been all the way to the corner already. REN, again, forced to use the Shining Onslaught to try and get out of here. Ikio. Oh, but yeah, that's a punish.
Yep.
Now, you know, there could be a frame trap situation in there, but it looks like REN had it scouted and also was able to scout the dodge. Let's just coming out. There's the EX Shining Onslaught into Holy Ladder for the hard knockdown.
Gets the wake up OD, not able to punish was REN. If REN had spot dodged that would have put him in a fantastic position. Lovely use of the medium shining sort of Lumia right there. But the 2M confirm from GAMERA. This is going to do a ton, boosted by the OD. Look at that damage.
Yeah, overdrive is too far away. That's a free whip punish straight into Eternal Ascendancy. And wow, we were just talking about during the break, people trying to bait out overdrive activations, and it finally happened. GAMERA was looking for it. And you know, it may be plus on block, but what if it doesn't hit you? Yes, that does mean there is recovery.
And a lot of recovery, as well as count hit state as well. You're left ultra punishable in that situation.
It's a good balanced decision, honestly, because if that was not the case, I feel like OD would be quite strong.
Well, goes for a reset with the overhead. Very nice from REN. Get the wall bounce into the Holy Ladder. EX probably going to go for the noble strategy here. Goes for the low, but GAMERA with the wake up DP.
You can go for a wave for noble strategy. You're not going to hit by there, but
that's not going to work. That's not going to work. The charge on the fireball prevented that from working properly. Great anti-air with the Holy Ladder though. REN still in the driver's seat. Great back dash, but still in range of the OD activation.
Yeah, trying to look for the OD on that one was REN. I mean, he's still got a life lead, so it's not terrible, but the problem is any hit is going to be huge damage because you do get that damage boost.
Yep. And of course, got to be mindful of the chip. Little bits here and there. The clock is counting down bit by bit. 45 seconds left. REN can play this relatively non-committal.
Okay, there it is, the Shining Onslaught. And you wanted to talk about relatively non-committal, but the problem was maybe getting a little bit too antsy.
Yep, a little bit overzealous there. The wake up button! Are you kidding me, Ren? In all situations to wake up with a button right there.
I think that's why though you wake up with the button, right? Because not only is your opponent not looking for it, but you have not done that whatsoever this entire set.